On a serious note, there was something that we wanted to get into to put you on game about. It was definitely all over the internet lately. You guys, Cyntoia Brown.
Yeah. That was sad.
I feel really, really bad because I don't know. Some people are very adamant against her case. For those of you who don't know, Cyntoia Brown was sentenced to 69. She's not due up for parole until she's 69.
So she's 69.
She
Wow.
shot a man over self-defense when she was 16. Like I said, she's not up for parole until she's 69. They charged her as an adult. She shot this 43-year-old man in self-defense. She was tried as an adult, and she was sentenced to life in prison. Rihanna, Kim Kardashian, a lot of celebrities lately have been coming out in support of her to try to get her released because apparently she was a part of a sex trafficking arena. I really think she was 16 years old. She was a prostitute. She grew up in a bad way. She suffered from fetal alcohol syndrome.
Man.
Her mother was a heavy drinker, and she just
That's tough. That's tough.
That was tough. I really. She's already been in jail for like 13 years.
What?
And while she's been in jail, she got her associate's degree of arts, her associate's of arts degree from, I think it's from Lipscomb University.
Okay.
She's working on her bachelor's degree, and she really just is seeking clemency. There was a documentary in 2010 about her. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but this is how long that this people have trying to get awareness to her case. Yeah. So there was a documentary about her that came out in 2010, which got the attention of some lawyers that have been trying to work on her case. The Supreme Court banned life in prison without parole for juveniles, so that gave them a case to go back and try to seek an appeal.
Right.
So the Board of Pardons and Parole, they're trying to appeal to them and see if she can get out, or at least give her a lighter sentence. Because I mean, at the age of 16, you're charged as an adult. Like, I don't know, that doesn't sit well with me. But there are people from the other side saying that, I mean, she shot the dude, and allegedly after she shot him, she ran off with his wallet. So that's where the debate comes in on whether or not
she probably needed money to survive. It's common sense. I mean, the fact that we know in context that she was a prostitute, or more appropriately, she was a sex slave at what, 16?
16.
Come on. And I think that it's not fair because for her circumstance, that is self-defense. Like, it doesn't get any more plain than that. And I get it if she took old dude's wallet, but at the end of the day, why was he even in the room with her? Like, nobody's even asking that question.
And I think
in Tennessee is a stand your ground state. So
right.
Hold on, but
I don't know what ground you're standing on if you won't let this girl get away.
Did you because she made a statement in court.
Mm-hmm.
And basically she said, from my understanding, let me pull it up because I don't want to misquote it.
That's tough.
But I don't think she should have got 51 years.
That's ridiculous.
I think that's definitely a problem. Let me see. Cyntoia.
That's ridiculous.
The Tennessee Supreme Court unanimously affirmed Ms. Brown's conviction and life sentence in this decision.
Wow. Unanimous.
The case is a combination of arguably legitimate public policy issues, such as a 16-year-old being subject to a life sentence, even for murder, and social hysteria nonsense. This is what they're saying about the case on the internet. Victims of sex trafficking, which I guess means prostitute, should be immunized not just against minor offenses such as truancy and underage drinking, but also murder.
Wow.
So they're saying that, because she was under these circumstances, shouldn't allow her to So here are some of the circumstances that were in the case. The new victim, which is the man that was 43 years old that she shot, was lying face down on the bed in a large pool of blood, and his hands were beneath his face. His fingers kind of partially interlocked, as if he had been sleeping. An autopsy revealed he had been shot in the back of the head, and he did not have any defense wounds. In the early morning hours of August 8th, 2004, officers found the victim's white pickup truck in a Walmart parking lot and arrested the petitioner at a nearby hotel.
Let's see.
Now I'm gonna read these. It's like 3 paragraphs.
Okay.
But this is basically the defendant told police that at around 11 o'clock the night of Friday, August 6th, she was walking near Sonic Drive.
Yeah.
A drive-in when the victim, a man who the defendant
She
had
didn't
never
know
met,
him.
pulled alongside her in a white Ford F-150 truck and asked her if she was hungry. The defendant then got into the victim's truck, and the two went to the drive-in. While the victim and the defendant waited for their food to arrive, the victim told the defendant that she did not need to be staying on the streets, and assuring the defendant that he was a safe person. Asked the defendant to spend the night at his house, to which the defendant agreed. According to the defendant, the car hop who brought them their food told the victim, "You back again?" To which the victim replied, "Yeah." The victim then drove the defendant. To his house on Marchdale Road, and then it said the defendant told the victim. The defendant told the detective. So the defendant is Cyntoia, of course.
Right.
She told the detectives that once she and the victim arrived at his house, the victim showed her several guns, including 2 rifles. The defendant claimed that the victim also told her that he was in the Army and that he was a sharpshooter or something like that.
Okay.
Eventually, the defendant and the victim got into the bed together, with the victim on the left side of the bed and the defendant on the right side. The defendant attempted to go to sleep, but the victim got up several times every 5 to 10 minutes, going to the bathroom or to an adjacent bedroom. She also said that the victim touched her and whispered to her. The defendant said that she then saw the victim reaching underneath the bed, which led to the defendant to believe that the victim was reaching for a gun. The defendant, fearing for her life, reached into her handbag, which was on a nightstand to the right of the bed.
Pulled out her 40 caliber.
And then she pulled out the gun, which she had brought from somewhere off the street, approximately 3 weeks later before this incident, and shot the victim.
Wow.
The last one say the defendant told the detectives that after shooting the victim, she grabbed the keys to the victim's truck, as well as the 2 victims' guns, which she intended to pawn. She left the victim's house at 1:42 a.m. and drove his truck to the Walmart parking lot. She then got a ride from a black guy in a black truck who took her to In-Town Suites. The defendant denied Detective Baltimore's suggestion that the driver trailed her to Walmart before taking her back to the motel. The defendant said that another man, whom she only knew as Rick, then took her from the motel back to Walmart, where she placed a 911 call on the victim's cellular phone, a claim where the police later verified the person then took her back to the motel.
So what they're saying is that the self-defense claim went out the window once she fled the scene with his shit and drove his car and did all that.
That's my first time reading that, and I can see what that could be. That's
I mean, as person,
but at the same time, the beginning of the story is kind of confusing to me. Like,
well,
why are you in the car with this
some
guy?
point,
why did you go to the house with this guy?
Sounds like prostitution.
And during question, and I note that on appeal, Ms. Brown no longer denies she was a prostitute, but in contrast, claims the status of a prostitute and victim of sex trafficking. So at some point during questioning, the petitioner denied that she was a prostitute or that she had sex with the victim. But you have to go back to the fact that she's been abused her whole life. You don't know at 16 if she thought this was just normal. You still feel the guilt and the shame of having sex with this grown-ass man. You don't know why these people are asking you these questions. So it goes back to the mind frame of a 16-year-old woman. You don't ask a person that. Many victims don't know that they're victims until after they see someone else be victimized and say, oh shit, that's not supposed to happen.
It was wrong.
She's been being used for sex her whole life. She might think
thinks
that's
normal.
what it is. So she said, no, I'm not a prostitute. She might not see herself as a prostitute or as a victim at that point.
Yeah.
Especially at 16. Because I know some grown women that were sexually assaulted, forgot, or didn't see it as a sexual assault scenario in their young mind or in their drunk mind or in their, you know what I mean?
Right.
But this is a 16-year-old girl, so I wish her all the best. I pray that she gets out. I don't think she should be in jail for life. I don't think she shouldn't be eligible for parole until she's 69. There have been a lot of marches in her honor to bring awareness to her situation. They had one here in Atlanta yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My question, so I'm assuming they trying her as an adult.
They tried her as an adult. She's already been convicted. She was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole. But since then, the Supreme Court has overturned, the conviction of minors as adults that have been sentenced to life in prison. So that's a part of the reason why they're going back to appeal. And that's the reason why they're going back to try to, get her conviction overturned or get her sentenced reduced.
So,
because she's already done 13, 15 years in prison already.
So
that's ridiculous.
Damn, for real?
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
you were saying earlier. That's
what's
wild.
I guess, so what would be the significance of people writing letters? Because I've been seeing a lot of
Well,
people
because,
doing
you petition them to retry her, to reconsider her verdict, to pardon her, to have mercy on her. You never heard the term throw yourself at the mercy of the court? Like, we know that this is what the deal was. We know this is what they said, but please reconsider. Just like Trump pardons his homeboys when they do, white collar crime.
Crazy
They're
stuff.
saying that at the age of 16, your brain is not even fully developed yet.
Yeah.
So since the Supreme Court has saw it fit to overturn or to not charge adolescents as adults, well, not charge them as adults, but not to convict them to life in prison without parole if you were a juvenile and you were charged as an adult. That should be off the table.
Yeah.
As a sentence.
I just don't get why they can't just drop the case. To me, seeing somebody
Because
that's 16,
especially she's been in jail all these years. She's
So
gotten
she's got
her
record.
degree.
I
she
definitely
has a
feel
track
like,
record.
I didn't know it was that long. She been in jail that long.
Yeah.
But
You thought she just got arrested recently? I think that's what people
yeah,
think when
I
they
thought it
start
was
seeing
what
it.
happened with over the last year or two.
No,
Yeah,
she's
I
been
thought-
in
I thought
jail
it
a
was
really long time.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I mean, if anything, I feel like she served her time for what she did.
I completely agree.
If anything, like,
I completely agree.
she's 16. She been in there, what, 30? Was she 28 now?
Yeah.
29, 30? That's crazy.
Wow. Because I was thinking she was still like 16, 17 years old.
Yeah, I thought she was still a minor. I
Yeah.
thought she was still a kid.
No, she's in her 20s.
So she's already served her time then.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then I think it's weird as well that this guy, all right, you pick her up, that's cool, but then you take her back to your place and you put her in the bed with you. Like, that's kind of...
I think where he kind of messed up at is where he basically probably intimidated her, saying, I'm an army, I'm a sharpshooter.
Right. So you don't want to try me in something
Yeah,
where...
I can understand her being scared as a 16-year-old
He's in the
girl.
army.
Yeah, I can understand her
Like,
being
why do you
scared
need to tell me all that, sir? Just,
Right.
give me your money.
Yeah.
Let's do what we got to do, and let's go.
Yeah. So you
And
already
it
know what that was
probably, and
about.
at the same time, it probably was a defense mechanism for him. He, he defended himself.
Like, he probably does this all the time. Like, whenever I get someone to come to my house, if I'm
Yeah.
tricking,
I
let
tell
me
them
let
what I
them
am.
know
Yeah.
so they don't
Yeah.
try to rob me.
Yeah, exactly.
I can shoot you.
I can see all that happening.
Yeah.
But the jury in Tennessee, in their infinite knowledge, allegedly, saw it fit to convict this 16-year-old girl as an adult and sentence her to life in prison without the possibility of parole for 51 years.
That's a long time, man. That's sad.
Yeah. So on to our next subject. Like I said, I know you guys have seen all the posts about Cyntoia Brown. So I think that if you call, you should call. I think that we should always hold our government responsible and accountable. And if we see something wrong, I think we should act on it. So everything that you see to bring awareness to this case, I will follow it. I mean, the thing that they're telling you to do on the internet is to call the Tennessee governor, Bill Haslam, to ask to grant clemency to Cyntoia, and he's actually considered it. I see some latest reports saying that he's considering it. She was in prison at 16. She must serve 51 years to be eligible for parole. She will be eligible at 67 years old. The governor can set her free before he leaves office in January. Please call 615-714-2011 or write the First Floor State Capitol, Nashville, Tennessee, 37243. www.tn.gov for the governor and leave a message. So, all power to the people. That's my motto. So I think that if enough people get involved, enough people scream and holler, if Kim Kardashian and Rihanna keep tweeting about it, let's do it. Let's get her out of there. I think it's wrong.
Shout out to Kim K for that. Hey, I gotta give credit when credit's due, man.
That's your people. Y'all been supporting them for what, 20 years?
Who is y'all?
Y'all.
Y'all mean everybody?
Y'all,
you mean
y'all
women.
y'all like me? Y'all
Women.
like my
No.
definition of
No,
y'all?
y'all is women. All women. Because I just seen something that, of course, I think you posted it.
Of course I did. About about their
The show.
Nobody watches that anymore.
How many years was that?
I don't know, but
It was
it's
like
been a long
15
time.
I
This
just
is the
got
first
canceled?
time the ratings are going down. They
Oh,
got
alright.
canceled.
15 years, though. They've been
That's
a
a
part
long
of like
run.
somebody's whole lifetime.
15 years. So that's what, since 2003.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
we was talking about it on another show about like the different shows like Martin. Martin was only around for 4 years.
It was only 4 years.
Fresh Prince, 4 years. All those shows is only 4. Cause
Oh,
I think
wow.
Seinfeld was like 20. Like we were talking about the black shows and the white shows. But yeah, them
I didn't
shows
know
only
that.
was around for like 4 years.
Wow.